Hi everybody, I'm the Reluctant Reviewer.
And I'm Kewpie83.
And today I'm just going to show you a different type of doll that you might not know is out there that you might want to collect. It's a doll that I had one of for a very, very long time and then recently acquired two more. Because that's just the way it goes, you know. And if you're a newer collector, you might not know these dolls are out there. So it's not meant to be totally 100% accurate on everything I say, because I didn't collect them for the history. I collected them because I like the dolls. So don't yell at me if I say something wrong. And Kewpie83 is here so that I can show her too, because I don't know if she's actually touched and held and felt them, even though she's seen them her whole life. Okay, this is a Lenci doll. Lencis are made in Turin, Italy. And this was a doll that I acquired when they were coming out again in the late 70s or mid 70s. See, I'm not quite sure. And I always forget her name. Her name is Susanna. This is Susanna, the sailor girl, and I know she's modeled after an earlier model of Lenci. Now, Lenci started in 1919 in Turin, Italy. Many famous Italian painters worked on Lenci face molds. There's a lot of history in Lenci. They have a felted mask face. So you don't want to get that wet because it would come apart. Think of like My Child, the kind of face they have, but in felt. And then they hand paint them, and they a lot of times used oil for the eyes. My dear has gone through a lot of time. I had her on a stand for a while, which I've decided isn't really good for a Lenci, because then it kind of bunches her up and it pulls her felt outfit and outstretches it. And she was never in a case, which means she has a lot of dust wear.
But she still looks rather nice.
She is. And I know there is a place that you can send your dolls out to get them museum cleaned, but I lost that article a long time ago. So she's my favorite little sailor girl. There were a whole bunch of girls with lots of poofy dresses, and my mom and I both ventured towards her. She doesn't have like a joint in her arm, and your arm goes there. It's sewn up here on her plate. She has felt shoes. The only thing that's not felt is her socks. This one doesn't have the painted knees, the rosy knees on there, but she does have pantaloons underneath. I'm sorry, I'm showing your underclothes. That's okay. But I adored the sailor face. Yeah. So it is a doll, and she does sit, but she sits wide stance. So you need lots of space if you're going to sit her somewhere like that. Sit like a lady girl. And then you need to have something to stand her up a little bit too. So she's more of a stand-up doll. A lot of people, Lenci made a lot of boudoir dolls, those big giant dolls that you would just lay on your bed, and they'd have this big giant dress on them, really pretty. Her clothing is sewn onto her, so you can't take it off unless you want to re-sew everything back on. I've never taken this off. I'm not going to. I've never taken her hat off either. She is wearing her glasses now because she acquired those from my twin, and I kind of like putting glasses on her. There you go. I can tell you a little bit of history from this little booklet here, because this is one of the booklets I found that was my booklet. Lenci Company was founded in Turin in 1919. Their trademark was a spinning top, it looks like. And their motto is, "To play is our constant work." Now you know something about some Alexander stuff that you recently kind of brought Lenci into.
Yeah, apparently, according to the Madame Alexander book I'm reading, the Madame Alexander chose to call herself Madame Alexander based on the founder of Lenci, who would call herself Madame Lenci. And so the creator of Madame Alexander thought that that name had lots of like power to it. So she kind of copied the brainchild behind Lenci, and hence Madame Alexander came to be.
And the one thing nice about the Lenci Company is they didn't lose all their molds or all their color charts or catalogs. So they started to redo a list of dolls probably the mid-70s, and they would do them after earlier dolls, which is really kind of cool. So I'm kind of having fun looking for some of the older ones. The weird thing, and they used to think it was the macabre thing about Lenci, is when I first got her, she's in a box, kind of looks like her own casket, basically. It has linen lining in the inside, very ornate, and it has a little hook closure on it. Mm-hmm. So kind of creepy. I never kept it. I kept it for a while, but I didn't keep her in it. So a lot of times you'll find a Lenci that's never been displayed, and it's still in its little coffin box. Another thing that Lenci's comes with is their certificate, which I've got one for another doll. I don't have hers anymore. It got lost a long time ago, but it's like this, and it's in Italian.
That's really cool.
So you can probably read that. It's very
kind of like a birth certificate.
Yeah, basically it is. It tells, you can put who owns her now. It tells about the series of the doll. It tells any markings on the doll and the name. There, right? Yeah.
That was the company that handwrote that, or the buyer? No,
this is the company. The company did it. So this one is for another doll. This is, would you say Scoloretta? How do you say her name? You went to Italy. Scoloretta.
Scoloretta, I guess.
I recently acquired Scoloretta.
Not Monster High.
Not Monster High, no. And she is adorable. These both are 21 inches tall. The only difference with this one is she doesn't have the felt on her shoes. She has that kind of vinyl stuff that will start to get sticky. She had a purse that came with her. Unfortunately, when I bought her, the seller did not list that the purse was made of the same material, and it was already shedding and coming apart. So it doesn't matter. I'm not going to keep a purse that's falling apart on her and laying specks all over her clothes. So I took the purse off. I had to cut it off, but I'm sorry. Yes, it's not original anymore.
That's okay.
But she has those googly kind of eyes, and I adore it. And she's got this really pretty coat and the tie. And we'll put Susanna down. And this is Scoloretta. And she's really bright and bubbly. And she is a recreation of a doll that was made in 1931. She has the little divided fingers that are sewn. What else can I say about you? I just love it because she's got the darker hair, and I love the difference in the eyes because this is more realistic and this is more a little fantasy. And she's got those big brown eyes.
Yeah, I like the big googly eyes as well. They're very cool. They're different, and they have some depth to them because they're painted. You wouldn't think that, but there's some depth.
And each of these little squares are individually sewn on her coat. And that's she does the same thing.
Craftsmanship.
It is craftsmanship. And
how much were they in the retail price?
In the original days?
Yeah.
Probably something 200 maybe, 200 and something. And I've been able to find some that are really reasonably priced on eBay. So look for eBay. She has the one-piece pantaloons, goes all the way up the little slip. And that is also sewn all the way.
Her little knees are cute.
She does. She has little rosy knees. I like those knees. Okay, put your dress down. Okay. And this is her certificate. So it had some water damage, the certificate, and it didn't get to me on time. It came apart from her, but luckily I was able to get that fixed through eBay, and she is 156 out of 999. So she's number 156. Which is not a bad number. You know, I mean, I don't really go for that much, but it isn't. Another one that I found at King County is a tiny Lenci. Everything about her is similar. Well, except her arms. Her arms don't move as much, but they're all sewn at her shoulders. Actually, I think you can take her outfit off her. She has actual buttons. Now, this is a Lenci that came from the Nuremberg Toy Fair in 1994, which I thought was really cool, and it's got the little note on there. Now, I don't know how you got this, because I don't know what they do at that toy fair. I don't know if it's vendors, you know, like people that came in, specialty people, if they said, here, this is a doll for you to take with you. But I thought she was such a cute size. And this is Natalie.
I think so.
Yeah.
Natalia?
Natalia, let's see. And she has her certificate of origin on here. I'm pretty sure she's not Natalia, maybe. Natalia. Yeah, Natalia. But I love it. She has curly hair. Now, she sits better, but it's the same. But I started collecting them because I'm half Italian, and my mom loved it when I would have an Italian doll. So this is just kind of the history going down there. And I love their hand-painted eyes, and I think these are really cute to collect, the small ones. I've seen them go low. I've seen them go high in price. So it depends. One thing about Lenci's, though, they are made out of felt, which means any kind of little bugs that come in the house, like a moth or something, you've got to, if you're bidding on something, check to see if it has any moth holes anywhere. I was fortunate. My girls don't really have any, this one or the other. This one did have one on the bottom of her foot. She had a tear. I don't know if it was from a bug or something, but I stitched it together so you don't see it when she's sitting. But see, it's something that you can collect.
Yes, because I need more to collect.
That's right. So when I've already got like a whole apartment made for you with dolls in it. And it's got the little rosettes, and it's just a cute doll. If you like the fabric kind of dolls, like My Child, or what other fabric dolls, or if you're a Raggedy Ann collector.
Our John Wright.
Our John Wright. You know, that's true. When you look at an Our John Wright doll, the face is a felted mask also. And let's face it, we know we got the idea from Lenci.
Yeah, totally. And there's early Madame Alexanders that are very similar to this as well. Before they started doing like the hard plastic that we saw in like the 40s. Apparently prior to that she was making cloth dolls and ones with like faces very similar to this.
And if you look around on eBay, you can find some really, really old ones that aren't replicas. And they go for a little bit of price, and you might have to put some work into them, but they're really beautiful dolls. And I mean, I have a catalog, and it shows me, and I refound my catalog, and it shows me so many dolls, you know, that you can get. There's so many different types. So another idea, if you want to go look for a different kind of doll, or gift a friend who likes fabric kind of dolls, look for a Lenci. Right now their prices are pretty good.
Yeah, they're really cute.
So this is in no way giving you the entire history. I'm sure you can find a book on Lenci dolls and online, but they are a lovable dolls, so it's just to show you something else you can collect. So that's all for now. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.